All right, so here we go. We got play number 3 of what the happened,
yes.
Okay? And we are going into Cleveland's offense, all right? And we're going to do 2 plays for this game, but part 1 will be the Baker Mayfield red zone interception, okay?
Yes.
Towards the end of the first half, right? You remember the play a little bit there?
I've got my interpretation of it.
Okay, you do?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, then let's. I'd like to hear your.
Reverse the role here a little bit?
Let's go. I'd like to hear your interpretation of it.
Okay, you can tell me what I got right and what I got wrong.
I will.
If I got anything right.
I promise you.
You can act like you maybe act like I got a couple things.
Yeah.
Okay, 2nd down 8, $1:36 left, first half. Browns up 20-12.
Yep.
They're on their +10.
Yep.
Very important here. He throws wasn't like a 3-yard quick slant. Like
no,
a 5 or 6 yard quick slant.
Yeah, it's like it's either a pop route or a glance.
Right.
Either way.
However, it only works if it syncs up with a 3-step drop.
Sure.
For some reason, he took a 5-step drop.
Right.
And this was the personification of, you hear all the time, the windows get smaller in the red zone. Well, one example is you got to go 3 steps instead of 5 on the short route tree stuff.
Yes.
And he went 5 steps. By the time he got to 5, it was half a second too late. If he throws that off 3 accurately, it's a touchdown.
Yes.
He threw it late, he threw it high, and it was picked.
Okay, I'll agree with you on most things you said, right? All right, and I'm not trying to be a jerk here.
No,
I mean, we're buddies, okay?
Yeah,
all right.
yeah.
So, I mean, his feet are definitely off on the throw, definitely. Now, there's a little token play action fake, which tells me he's supposed to take the 5-step drop.
But you can take 3 steps.
You could.
On a play action. Teams do it.
You definitely could. No doubt about it.
Especially
you could have just got a bam, 1, 2, 3, and come up. Like Brady and New England do it all the time.
Yeah.
So there's a few things at play here. Now, he's got basically the same route on both sides. Jarvis is running it to the front side, who he ends up throwing to Jarvis, and on the back side is Odell Beckham Jr.
Yep.
Now, there's 4 down linemen. There's a linebacker weak, who drops out. He's on the line of scrimmage and drops out. I'm watching this play as I talk to you. Now,
you're cheating.
I am cheating. Well, I've written it, but here you go. All right, so he's doing that as he's dropping back. But you can see a little token fake, 5 steps, takes a little bit of a weird, instead of maybe just sticking his foot in the ground, he takes a little bit of a hop, hitch, skip there at the end, which I think is that's really what affected the timing more than anything. I think if he just puts his foot in the ground and goes, bam, 5, it happens like you said, where now it's just boom, I can do it. Almost like a 3-step.
With a hitch.
With a hitch, which is too much.
Doesn't exist down there.
No, it doesn't. It does not. It's very rare, certainly. It definitely is. Now, the other thing I'll say to this, too, there's a few things at play here in my opinion. One, the throw's off target, obviously. I mean, he throws the ball, and it's a good 2 to 3 feet behind Jarvis Landry, who slows down and tries to stick an arm out to get it, and it gets intercepted. 2, as we go through this, now you're looking at this play, we talked about the weak side linebacker on the line of scrimmage. There's 2 other linebackers. One is right over the middle of them. The other one is right over the tight end. And there's a safety kicked over to Jarvis Landry, too. Okay, a strong safety down there. So right off from that look, I would go pre-snap.
Should be looking the other way.
I would look the other way. Now, the free safety in the middle of the field is a little cheated towards Odell Beckham Jr.
But he's not looking at Odell. He's eyeing up the back of the tight end.
Yes, he is. Exactly right. See, he's scaring you, and thank you for saying that, because you're exactly right. He's trying to scare Baker or any quarterback with his body presence just a little bit, but you got to pay attention to more than body presence as a quarterback.
Right.
Like John Gruden used to say, where's his bright lights at? Where's his bright lights at? Yeah, and you're right. His bright lights are looking across. So he's trying to scare him with like, hey, I'm a little closer to Odell's side.
Right.
But his body intentions and body
he's
language,
not even selling it.
He could care less, right? He does not care.
Didn't look at him once.
Now, this is something that's gone on with Baker to me a little bit all year. Not one, has he been a little inaccurate to Odell Beckham Jr.? Definitely. And I have my theory a little bit. One is, I don't know if you ever had this, but when the first few times I had to throw to Joey Galloway or Keyshawn Johnson, I wanted to throw it so perfect to them because, oh, please like me.
Right.
I want you to like me. You're so good, and I want you to think I'm good too. Please.
Right.
And
I feel that way in the show every time.
Okay, good. I have that effect on you, eh? But that is a real thing. as far as a quarterback's
concerned.
Still has it? I feel like it still hasn't become comfortable to him. I think between some of the throws I saw him miss in this game, the throws I saw on Monday night last week, where he's wide open, and I just go, man, Baker Mayfield stripes that in there against anybody. I think he sees it, and he's like, oh, gosh, it's Odell. I want to throw it so perfect and good so we can be buddies after the game and hang out and go, look at all the connections we had today. Okay, I don't know that, but that's just my theory.
Fair point.
All right, now, back to the play. There's, again, you talked about the safeties' bright lights, right?
Yeah.
And Bobby Wagner's bright lights, who's the linebacker right over the center of the ball, he's towards the strong side, too, where the tight end is Jarvis Landry is. The window to the backside to Odell Beckham Jr. is clearly bigger than the window to this side, where we have KJ Wright and another guy that's right over here that's just outside of the screen from the behind the scrimmage angle we're looking at right now. Now, the big thing is, and this has come up a little bit with Baker, I think, a few times during the year already. I've seen it every week. I've watched every Brown snap the whole season. I haven't missed one on film. He, I think, sometimes predetermines, because Odell has gotten a lot of double teams and things like that. But there's been a few plays in every game where I think he goes, they're not going to let Odell catch the ball here.
And that's one of them.
Without a doubt.
Yeah, he didn't even look
He predetermined. He goes, they're going to double Odell. They're not going to let me throw to him. And that's where you just can't fall into that trap as a quarterback. You know, if Tom Brady did that every time he had Gronkowski split out in a big moment, gosh, then he would have missed a lot of plays. Right. In fact, he went the opposite way sometimes. He went, oh, you're doubling him? I don't give a shit. It's Gronkowski. I'm still going to throw it to him. Right. He had a number of plays like that. He bordered too much on the other side. And sometimes that's why Rob Gronkowski got hurt a few times, because Brady was just like, I don't care. It's Gronk. I'm going to throw it in there, and he'll catch it, and somebody will smash him, and he'll get up.
Right.
So, yes, I think his pre-snap reads off, the throws off, and
the 5 steps with a hitch.
And the 5 steps with a hitch, without a doubt. The little funky hitch there definitely threw it off altogether. And that was a huge part of the football game, not only because they could have settled for a field goal, but he could have thrown a touchdown to Odell Beckham Jr.
Right.
He really could have put Seattle in a big bind. And, you know, that was huge. Now, that's that play.
That's that play.
Yeah.
We have 2 parts.
We got 2 parts to this.
The Browns offense qualified twice.
They qualified twice. Because a lot of people I know on social media, there's this big thing out there about the 4th and 1, right?
Yep, and that's our second play.
Yeah. So let's, you want to set the stage there?
The first part of it was so odd with the play stopped. They kind of ran it.
Right, because Jarvis Landry had the review.
Yeah.
Right, of the ball getting over the end zone.
Right.
So now they come up to the line of scrimmage, and they're going to run a 4th. They're going for it.
Yes.
And as they say set HUD, or getting ready to say set up, Freddie Kitchens has thrown the challenge flag.
Yeah.
So they run a play.
But they kind of ran the play that looked like it was going to work.
He's going to walk in the end zone. He's going to walk in the end zone.
Run play off the right side.
Right side, right. So now they review the play. Okay, now the touchdown.
Yep.
They line up again for 4th and 1 once again. It's the same formation that we saw.
Mm-hmm.
It is the same play again. Now, this is what I want to say to everybody, first of all. It's the same play we saw that got stopped that looked like Nick Chubb was going to run in the end zone. 1, if you watch the play, the one that worked as the challenge flag comes out, there were certain players on Seattle who stopped playing. They saw that the flag was being thrown.
Yeah.
So you can't look at that play and go, oh, they would have scored. Damn it, he challenged it, and they would have scored anyways.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't realistic. There was linebackers and people who had saw it, and they stopped playing.
Right.
So you have to take that into account. Now, 2, some people, go ahead, what do you want to say?
We haven't talked about this play yet.
No, we have not.
I kind of want to know if you're on the same page without either one of us knowing what the other think.
Right.
So write down on a piece of paper.
Okay.
Look at it. Question is, do you have a problem with the play that was called? So I have written down.
Okay.
I have written down what I think.
Okay.
Can you write down there?
Yep. Okay. I'm going to write it right here.
I don't want people to think I was influenced. Okay.
I wrote. Go ahead. You can write it.
I already wrote no. You wrote no.
I wrote no too. Right.
Thank you.
Yes. It doesn't matter. Okay.
There's such a narrative for people to latch onto after the fact. It was stupid to run the same play again. Was it really? Was it really stupid to run the same play again?
No.
Did they tell the defense, hey, we're going to run the same play again?
No, right.
They just stopped it.
Yes.
So stop with this whole silly post-play narrative, post-game complaints that it was dumb to run it again. If he scored on this play,
everyone had gone, oh, that was brilliant that he called it again. They saw it worked before the challenge flag, and he called it again.
Maybe
Good
it was
for him.
extra smart because they thought they're thinking we're going to run the same play.
I mean, I think, first off, the Seattle Seahawks are not thinking they're going to run the same play.
Of course they
don't.
The
psychology is, oh, gosh, there's no way they'll run the same play.
They won't do that again.
Watch out for let's ready for the play action. They're going to run the boot off of it now, or some play action pass. Let's not be too aggressive. Either way, it has nothing to do with jack shit here, okay? The play happens, and just to explain the play to everybody else, all right, they're going to run the ball to the right. And you got a right guard, a right tackle on the tight end to the right, and you got an I formation, fullback behind Baker Mayfield, Nick Chubb at tailback, all right? They're going to run like tackle block down, guard pull, okay? And the fullback is going to lead the tailback up into the hole, okay?
You're watching it again, aren't you?
I'm watching it again, so you can watch it with me, so we can verify and we can see it. Go ahead, and I'm going to show you the back end zone here part. Now, the play is this. It's great. I don't know if the play doesn't work, obviously. But the reason the play doesn't work is because of one person, in my opinion. And he wears number 90, and they traded for him from the Houston Texans. And this is why you can't listen to stats, because here's one of the biggest plays of the game. And what did Jadeveon Clowney do? He fucked the play up, okay? That's what he did. He's over the tight end who's going to try to block him down, okay? No, you're not.
Jeez.
No, that's right. So you see it. He jacks the tight end up. The tight end is now a yard in the backfield. The guard who we're talking about pulling now can't really pull cleanly or get any speed. He's actually going backwards as he goes around the edge. Now the fullback, his landmark's messed up, so he has nowhere to go.
He screwed up 3 people.
He screwed up 3 people in one play. Exactly right. And now Nick Chubb just got the ball, and he's going, wait, I can't even go to the hole because Jadeveon Clowney has put the tight end in the hole. And now I have to cut back and try to make something happen. And, of course, the pursuit's there by that time.
Goes back to one of your other points. If you're putting a tight end or a back on the other team.
You better be careful in those situations.
Yeah.
You better be careful. Now, I'll give these little 2 cents about plays like this. Again, I don't have a big issue with what was called here. New England, when I worked there or played for Josh McDaniels, they had a pretty big rule of we don't pull linemen on the 1-yard line because they didn't want people shooting the gap as your guard pulled, right? And all of a sudden a linebacker might have hit the blitz right at the right time. Right. And all of a sudden he replaces the guard and he's in your backfield and you got nobody to block him. Sometimes it does cause unwanted foot traffic right there, like we saw too, where people just get jumbled up and everything like that. So they don't mess with that kind of stuff. And then 2, you do have to goal line study because you got to make sure, oh, wait, we're going to run over this tight end. Can our tight end actually block this man? I mean, I know on the board we wrote the line and he's blocked, but can our tight end actually block the human being of Jadeveon Clowney? Right. And that's where I think the play was messed up in general. They asked their guy to do something that's really not in his wheelhouse against a guy that was in his wheelhouse.
He only had 3 tackles, no quarterback hits or sacks, so he didn't have a good game.
No, he didn't have a good game.
Sucks.
I know.
What were they thinking trading?
Yeah, well, right. And he's phenomenal.
Yeah.
Jadeveon Clowney's phenomenal, and he keeps getting better and better every week. And, yeah, the stats will never tell the whole story on Jadeveon Clowney. He is a game wrecker that way. And I think hey, watch out for Seattle. You know, Dad talked about it a little bit. Their offense is not, great, but I do think it's getting a little bit better, like we talked about with Green Bay.
Both you and your dad had them as the 4th best team in the NFC.
Yeah, and the NFC stacked.
Yeah.
The biggest reason I would have them 4th is more because of their defense. Their pass defense is an issue. And that's why I say watch out because they need Jerron Reed comes back this week, who's one of the best D tackles in football. And Ezekiel Ansah and Jadeveon are really still just kind of coming along here. They didn't do anything in training camp. So they're really just getting into ultimate season shape right now. And I still think, they'll get better on that side of the ball. And, of course, Seattle is the real deal.
Hi, I'm Mike Tirico, and thanks for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe for the latest news and highlights from NBC Sports.